Hello, this is Mr. Jarrett, and in this video tutorial we are going to be working with the text and wrap tool. So this is kind of a two-step process. First we're going to be working with the text tool and going through this set of directions. Then we're going to be scrolling down and we are going to go through this set of directions for the wrap tool. Okay, so for the text tool it says that we are going to be opening this and then we are going to be sketching. We're going to use the sketch tool and we're going to sketch on a plane that has already been created for us. Then we're going to rotate to the top view so we can see this, and we're going to use the text tool to type in our name and try to center it up the best we can. So you're going to see that with the text tool, it is actually going to be underdefined. So we're just going to try to do our best to line this thing up in the middle of our band, as you can kind of see with my name right here. So I'm going to pull this to my other screen, and if you didn't already, you can go File, Open, and open up the file called Text and Wrap. And here is this wristband that I already have drawn. And you can see over here on the left side, we have that plane 4 like the directions say. And it says we are going to be sketching on that. So you need to go up to your Sketch tab, select Sketch. And then when it asks you for a plane, we are going to hit the drop down and select plane 4. Now it did not rotate us yet. So the directions say hit Control 5, and that will rotate you to the top view. Okay, so now we are actually drawing up here flat on a plane. Even though this looks like a rectangle, keep in mind this band is actually curved, as you can kind of see the lighting on my object here. So up in the text tool, we are up in this area here. It is the middle row, all the way to the right, has a big A. That is the text tool. So it's asking us for a curve. Well, we don't have a curve, so wherever we click to place, it's going to put our name. So first, we are going to type our name in. So you can type your first name or your first and last name or just your last name. It doesn't really matter here. Just make sure it is school appropriate. Okay. Now, since we didn't type or click anywhere over here yet, it just went right off of the origin. But what we want to do is kind of click in this area and just try to center it up the best you can. So it might take you a couple clicks until your band is somewhat centered in the middle this way and in the middle this way. Okay, then you can hit the green check. And if we're looking back at our directions, that's basically what this said to do. Use the text tool to write your name on the top. Position the text tool. And then we're going to click to return in the top right. And that's going to be this little box. So that would be this right here. So hit return. So that is step 1, or the first direction of the text tool. Now we're going to be moving on and doing the wrap feature. Okay, so this says with the file called Text and Wrap open, use the wrap feature to project the text down onto and into the surface of the wristband. So with emboss function selected, we're going to be following these directions. So I'm going to come back here, but you're going to see this is after when it's up. Okay, so it's onto the text or onto the band, and here it's into the band. So we're going to be using the emboss and the deboss. Okay, it's kind of going back and forth with a distance of 0.02. So we can come on over here to SolidWorks, and I'm going to rotate around. So I'm just pushing down on my scroll wheel on my mouse and rotating around so I can kind of see this. You could also hit Control 7 on your keyboard to rotate to an isometric view. So now that we're at a nice view, we want to switch over to the Features tab. And looking across here, remember we have our main tools we've used, our cutting tools, and then kind of our modifying tools. Well, this is a modification. So we want the wrap tool up here in the top. And then if we move our mouse over these, we can kind of see some of the different options. We have emboss, we have deboss, then we have this scribe that we're not going to be really using. So we want the emboss selected. It says sketch 2, meaning it already selected this sketch. And we want a distance of, let's double check, it is 0.02. Okay, so 0.02. And then down here, it has this blue box. It's saying face for wrap sketch. Where do we want to wrap this sketch onto? Well, we want this face, this flat surface. Well, it's really a curved surface, but that's what we want to select. So just click on that. and then you can hit the green check. And once this actually loads, you can kind of rotate around and see. Now it took our name and wrapped it down around this band, and it's actually embossed, meaning it's raised up from the surface. Okay, so that's the emboss. So the second set of this directions, say you are going to right click on the wrap feature and you're going to edit it, and you're going to change the option to deboss. Okay, so let's do that. Let's right click on the wrap feature and hit edit, and we're going to change this to deboss. So instead of being raised up, it's going to cut in now. So we can hit the green check, and then you can rotate around and you can see now that it's no longer up, it's actually cut into the surface. Okay, so that is the text tool and the wrap tool. You can save this and you can move on to the next activity.